What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hurt coming to you with another episode of Afterlife where we talk about anything and everything that we feel like talking about today. Today's no different. We're going to reach in that bag of goodies, subjects, and material. We're going to pull one out, dive right in, and discuss it. Sound good? Let's do that. But first, time out. All right. Sorry. Coffee. There's nothing like waking up to not giving a fuck. But anyways, all right. So we're gonna talk about birthdays back then when we were younger, teenage, whatever, early 20s, late teenage years, early 20s, and then mid, late 20s, and then 30s up until now. So I'm turning 36 today. So that's the inspiration behind the video or whatever. But it's also a history lesson on my life or whatever. So when I was younger, like I said, I wasn't raised rough. I didn't have it rough. My parents tried their best. I mean, they raised me right. We had birthdays, we had birthday parties. I mean, I played sports. I mean, I had good friends at one point. I mean, I was doing well in school at one point. Um, that was good throughout my younger years and even throughout I remember my teenage years. When I turned 13 all the way up until 18 or whatever, like I played sports. Then I started gang banging and doing dumb shit and just being idiotic and hanging out with the wrong crowd. That started probably in like eighth grade. And at that point, I played basketball, football, and baseball. So I was always wearing my freaking sports jacket. I was always wearing my nice jeans, nice shoes. I was a jock, but I was also hanging out with the gangs and hanging out with the thugs and stuff. So that got around and lost a lot of my sports playing time or whatever. So I stopped doing that. And then birthdays were still good though. I mean, still had some friends, still played summer leagues, and still played, we called it rec baseball or rec football. And I remember when I was a kid, like sometimes my birthday would be on a Wednesday, a Monday, a Tuesday, and we would still have 2 or 3 a day practices because we're getting ready for August, July, whatever, whenever fucking football started, because rec leagues were different or whatever. Baseball was the same. We know it was during the summer times. We had games, I think, once or twice a week. Um, my later teenage years is when I got my first real job, and I also turned 21 there. So as soon as I turned 21, it was downhill from there because now I can drink. Now I can legally go to the store and get liquor, alcohol, and all that. And at that point, weed wasn't legal, so couldn't wasn't well. I mean, I was still smoking weed, getting it from other people, but my drinking, I was still functioning, still had a good job, had an apartment, all that stuff. Um, well, that's when I eventually got caught with my first pistol. Um, didn't go to prison, just got probation or whatever. So the birthdays were all right. I was still free, but I didn't learn nothing. I was still thugging, doing dumb shit, drinking, stealing, selling weed, not selling weed. So it started getting different throughout the years. I started losing friends. I started gaining the wrong friends. Started losing family, but then making family with friends or whatever, which was just horrible in itself just because a lot of them weren't good friends anyways. And when I went away, they disappeared until I got back out. It's amazing because when I was using and drugging and out there doing my thing, like I had more friends than when I cleaned up and stopped doing all that stuff and had a few birthdays behind bars. Then my early 30s was when it probably hit a wall because that's when I started doing meth and drinking and drugging and anything I get my hands on pretty much at that point, just because at that point it was COVID. It was probably the worst time ever just because we couldn't really go anywhere. We had to stay in the houses. Still got unemployment and stuff like that through the pandemic, but like now I wasn't working and got money. So I had a few horrible birthdays in there. Like I remember the day before I got clean, or the week before I got clean, it was my birthday. And I remember smoking meth, and I had a pack of beer that I just stole from a store. And I'm sitting at a park drinking my beers and shit, and I'm just like, this is it. This is what I've become. This is what I'm going to be. Like, this is who I am for the rest of my life. And I'll never forget that. That was going on 6 years ago. Maybe I was 30. Maybe going on 5. Because I remember being 30. I was turning 30. So then about a week later, I turned myself in because I had a few misdemeanor warrants or whatever. Turned myself in and didn't look back from alcohol and hard drugs. Served my 30, or I had my 35th birthday behind bars in prison. That was horrible, but at the same time, I got food, clothing, shoes, deodorant, toothpaste. I mean, that's all top flight gifts behind bars. But I can honestly say that was probably the worst birthday I've ever had, because it was behind bars in a world I didn't want to be in, and I already seen rapes and stabbings and freaking people dying and shit. It's just like I was good. So today is actually a blessing in itself because I'm free. I get to make these videos. I get to enjoy a cup of coffee. I get to enjoy time with my nieces. And it's just a better day. So compared to back then, compared to middle life, and compared to now, like there's really no comparison. It's all different parts of life, and then it led up to a certain point, and then it got me here. So I'm blessed, I'm free, and I get to breathe free air. So that's all that matters. I don't care about presents. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like I'm 36. I'm not young anymore. Go get me a nice cup of coffee. Hell yeah. Happy birthday. So hopefully you guys like, comment, share. Let me know, your guys is different from when you were a kid, your birthdays then, to when you were a teenager, pre-adult, 21 and up, and then to where you're at now. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. 172 or 173 now, so we're getting up there. Let's get to 200, guys. We're doing amazing. Ladies and gents, I appreciate all you guys for sticking with me, for liking my videos, and then also dealing with my jokes, because they can be shitty or they can be awesome, but you guys deal with it, and I appreciate all you guys. Have a good day.